If Xian Pao was the sleek assassin of the Treasure of Ruin, then Ting-Lu is the juggernaut, the big stag that looks like it wandered out of a mountain and brought the entire cliff with it. This thing doesn't sprint into battle, it shakes the ground with every step. Ting-Lu's typing is Dark Ground, which is actually a solid defense. Sure, it fears water, ice, fairy, fighting and grass, but in returns it packs resistance to rock, ghost, dark and poison. And let's not forget the real star of the show, its ability Vessel of Ruin, which lowers the special attack of all opposing Pokemon. That turns Ting-Lu into a massive special wall, complementing its already ridiculous health and defense. Its move pool makes it one of the best utility tanks in the game. Spikes, its signature role, stacking hazards to wear down entire teams. Ruination halves the opponent's health, letting it break down bulky walls it couldn't normally touch. Earthquake, reliable stab that makes sure Ting-Lu isn't just sitting there like a deer in headlights. And finally Whirlwind, phases out setup sweepers and racks up hazard damage. Leftovers for steady recovery, or sometimes Rocky Helmet to punish physical attackers who think they can chip at it. The most common spread is max health and max special defense with a careful nature. Why? Because its physical bulk is already sky high, and Vessel of Ruin helps it sponge special hits even better with extra investment. This is where Ting-Lu customizes its defense. Terra Water, the most popular, patching up its ice and water weaknesses while giving it a sturdy defensive profile. Terra Fairy, helps against fighting and dragon-type threats. Terra Steel, layers on resistance to fairy and grass, though it does open up some fire and ground issues. And finally Terra Poison, a completely underrated option, but it blocks toxic and checks fairy types. Basically, Ting-Lu picks whatever flavour of wall your team needs. Ting-Lu shines on balanced and stall teams as a hazard setter and sponge. It partners beautifully with Pokemon that appreciate spikes, because once the hazards are down, your sweepers suddenly look a whole lot scarier. Its main drawback? Passivity. Without hazards or ruination, Ting-Lu doesn't pressure much, and if your opponent brings Taunt, suddenly this great deer is reduced to using Earthquake over and over, which isn't exactly terrifying. In short, Ting-Lu is the definition of a cornerstone. It doesn't sweep, it doesn't dazzle, but it creates the battlefield conditions that let your team win. Think of it less as a deer and more as the mountain it's carrying. Immovable, oppressive, and very, very heavy. Your opponent might bring speed, style, and flash, but Ting-Lu is the wall they crash into and become exhausted.